Hello, this is Sarah May, copywriter, online marketing strategist, and founder of sarahsecret.ca. Today I'm going to teach you how to write a high converting sales letter or sales page. There are 5 easy steps to doing this. Well, they're not easy, but simple. And if you do it one by one, count them off one by one, you're going to have an amazing sales letter at the end of it that sells your product or service like hotcakes. So, I got this technique from one of Gary Halbert's letters. I can't remember exactly what it's called off the top of my head, but he gave these 5 steps to writing a sales letter that can sell anything. And I'm going to teach it to you because I think a lot of his wisdom got lost in the mix because he wrote so many emails, so many letters. So this one's one of the most important ones. So, first, what you need to do is you need to research your ideal client. I know you've heard this before, but it is 80% of the job. You need to research your client down to their core. You need to know what they're most insecure about, what are their biggest fears, what are their biggest desires, their deepest, darkest desires that they're embarrassed about. You know, what embarrasses them, what makes them tick, what keeps them up at night, staring at the ceiling, figuring out how they can fix it. Okay, what makes them cry? What makes them blow up? I want you to just research for as many hours as you can. If you have 10 hours to write a sales page, you should be spending 8 or 9 of them researching your ideal client. Okay, so just research as much as you can. Every little thing, every random little detail that you find out while you're doing your research, write it down. Just write it all down. So that's the first step. The second step is I want you to go and research your competition. I want you to go through as many websites as you can or books written by your competition, and I want you to write down everything that you like the most about what they're selling and how they sell it. I also want you to write down everything that you hate the most. So what are they doing wrong? That's your kind of the secret to poking holes in your competition. Figure out what they're doing wrong and fix it in your own content. Say, hey, I'm the only person selling this and I know you're having problems because this is your biggest insecurity, right? So research your ideal client as much as you can and then research your competitors as much as you can. The third step is after you've done all of that research, I want you to write everything down on cue cards. So every detail, every little piece of tidbit of information that you found during your research, I want you to put it on a separate cue card. Okay, write them all down. You should have a stack of cue cards by the end. The fourth step, after you've written everything down on the cue cards, is I want you to walk away from it all. I want you to spend 2 or 3 days not thinking about your sales page, okay? Even if a great idea comes into your head, I want you to just try and get rid of it, go do something else, go meditate, go do yoga, go golfing, go ride a motorcycle, whatever keeps your mind off of work. Don't think about that sales page for 2 to 3 days. What this does is it lets it marinate in your mind. So even though you're not consciously coming up with a bunch of creative ideas, your unconscious mind is just on fire coming up with so many different ideas based on the research you just did. Okay, so leave it, let it marinate. After 2 or 3 days, I want you to sit down in front of your computer or your notebook, and I want you to start going through the cue cards one by one. Okay, so you want to kind of mix them up so that it's a little bit of everything. And just as you're going through the cue cards, anything that comes to your mind, I want you to write it down. Just type it out or write it, whatever method you prefer. Everything that comes to your mind, just let it go. Everything. Just keep writing. Your mind should be on fire. Anything you can think of, anything funny, anything that relates to your own life or a friend's story or everything that comes to your mind in that moment as you're going through these cue cards, I want you to write it all down. Everything, okay? Just go. Anything that you know about sales copy or high converting sales copy, if you think it relates to that, I want you to write it all down. After you've done that, and you should just have pages upon pages of notes at this point, just based on your creative ideas flowing, because you've been letting it marinate for 2 or 3 days now, so you'll have a lot of content here. I then want you to leave that, and you're done for the day. Okay? The next day, I want you to come back and edit. Now this is the easy part. At this point, you already have your sales page. All of the content is there. You just need to pick and choose which ones you think will convert the best, and take out the stuff that you think is just fluff or it's just you talking about nonsense. It doesn't matter. It got the creative juices going in the moment, and it brought you to that great idea that you'll have. You're going to have an amazing idea in there somewhere, and your entire sales page is going to be based on that amazing idea, and you're going to get rid of the rest. Okay? So that final day is spent editing, and then all you have to do is add in the call to action that the sales page needs, maybe a few bullet points, because that's what converts, and a really high converting title. Okay, so and your title will be somewhere in there, because you're just going to have so many ideas, and if you want to do some research on high converting titles, it's pretty simple. There's how-to titles, there's numbers titles, so like 3 steps to blah blah blah. There's lots of ways. Just do some research on high converting titles, and you're set. Okay, so I hope that helps. Do this, do the work, that due diligence, and research as much as you can. I promise you the sales page or sales letter will write itself if you do enough research. Okay? So reach out to me if you have any questions, or if you need help writing your sales page, you can send me an email, which my email address is in the description below. Have a great day.